So when you think of puzzle games, you automatically probably think of one game, Tetris. Tetris was the game that put puzzle games on the map. It made it a viable genre, and it's still a thing to this day. It really hit its peak back in about 1989 when it was a pack-in title with the Game Boy, and it went on to sell millions and millions of copies. Tetris has been around on pretty much every platform since then, and it's even on the PS4 and the Xbox One in forms of digital downloads. So Tetris is a thing that gamers know. It's a familiar thing, it's a familiar franchise. So when I heard that they were making a Tetris movie, I was kind of like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't really make sense. It's a game about blocks falling down and you have to clear rows, so it doesn't really make it to a great movie. But in the same breath, I kind of appreciate game movies, even the shitty ones, and most of them are pretty shitty. Movies like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers, all of these movies were not good movies, but there was still fun to be had because you had familiar faces, you had familiar characters, familiar settings. So while the movies themselves weren't that bad, it was decent for a little bit of entertainment. But something like Tetris just doesn't scream movie to me, but I'm willing to keep an open mind. However, they just announced that this is going to be a trilogy of movies. A Tetris trilogy for a game that's about blocks falling. They're going to make it 3 movies. Now you might say to yourself, why is it going to be a trilogy? That really doesn't make much sense. And that's because the director said that the story is too big for one movie. Story? What story is there? It's blocks falling down. I don't understand how you're gonna stretch this out into a trilogy. This is not Star Wars. This is not The Matrix. This is Tetris. Blocks falling. I would like to see it do something like the Futurama episode where they were playing Space Invaders. Something fun like that. This is not a huge story game. This is Tetris. So what is the Tetris movie gonna be about? It's not even about blocks falling on people. It's about making chaos. Chaos, Tetris. What's chaotic about it? The blocks falling down, the whole trying to clear the screen without the screen getting folded up. That's what brings Tetris to life. That's what makes Tetris a great game. How are you going to replicate that into a movie when it's just going to be a standard sci-fi flick? That's what they're going for. They want it to be a sci-fi trilogy with a huge story. But it's Tetris. So now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, well, what's the point? Why are you calling it Tetris? And then everything kind of comes full circle to me. Really, they're just preying on us, the gaming culture people, because we're going to see this movie called Tetris and we're going to think to ourselves, you know what? Maybe I'll go see this movie. It's called Tetris. Why wouldn't I? I love video games and it's Tetris. And that's where the problem lies. Pretty much what they're doing is they're trying to prey on gaming culture people. They're trying to prey on retro gamers, and they're just using the Tetris name and doing nothing with it. The movie obviously is not going to be about blocks falling down. I don't expect it to be. But to make it a trilogy, a science fiction trilogy, that'll have nothing to do with the source material, because the source material at its core and on the surface, no matter how you look at it, is essentially a puzzle game with blocks falling. It's just the pillaging of gamer culture, trying to cash in on gamer culture. So what do I say about this Tetris movie? Boycott it. Boycott it, because they're not trying to appease gamers. They're not trying to appease anyone. They're just trying to make a buck off of the Tetris name. And it's pretty sickening that this is still going forward, that no one has said, you know what, maybe this isn't the best idea. A trilogy on Tetris. This just blows my mind. I don't understand why this is a thing. I don't understand why people are greenlighting it. I don't understand why people are actually interested in it. So I don't really think anyone's interested in the movie because there's nothing to be interested in. It's not gonna have blocks falling. It's not gonna be clearing rows. That's what Tetris is. So let me know what you think about this whole Tetris trilogy in the comments section down below if you plan on checking out, because honestly, I don't. I really think there should be a boycott of this because it's bullshit. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because YouTube is just purging every subscriber I have, and give this video a like. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.